Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to What's Up Vlog Hunt 156. Early-ish in the morning on a Saturday, so well done for everybody who's got up. Apologies to any of our American friends that couldn't make this race because it's about 2-3 in the morning, and extra kudos to any that did make the race because it's about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. So, chapeau to you all. It is race day. It's round 2 of the WKG Racing League, and it is Big Loop time. We started with a pretty strenuous individual time trial, back to full group racing today, and one complete lap of the Big Loop, so over the Epic KOM, down through the jungle, back round the volcano, across to the finish line. Should be an exciting one. We've had some really good races on this course in the past, so I'm looking forward to it. It's one of my favourite racing courses. Just done my warm-up, did a pretty aggressive warm-up based on the fact that I did quite well in that time trial, considering I'd done an extra lap before going the wrong way. So I thought, hang on, that kind of worked as a really good, tough workout, which meant that I actually probably performed better than I might have done had I not done it. So I've had a pretty strenuous workout, only 6 or 7 kilometres, but I managed to kick up the power quite frequently. All the usual suspects are there. It's brilliant. I'm looking out for the names on my list. I can see Jane Coates is there. I saw Darren Hunter was there. I don't think Rink was going to be able to make it today. I think Keith and Catherine Denton will be here. So my list of 5 will almost all be there, which will make it even more entertaining. As I mentioned in my last video, I'll do my best to try and capture everybody else's races as we're going on, but sadly it does depend very much on how my race is going, but I'll do what I can. Right, anyway, we've got 4 minutes to go. I'm suited and booted. I've had my Weetabix this morning. Actually did have Weetabix this morning, so if the TV advertising is correct, I should be absolutely on it today. That's it. Let's get on the bike. Let's get rolling. So, right, 1 minute to go. Lots of chat going on. Let's see if I can catch up on what's being said. Sonia Pullman Detail wishing everybody a good race, and then saying she'll be happy when it's over. Hey, Rudy Plasma's in here, or Rudy Plasma, sorry. Is Snorefoli in here? Yep, Snorefoli's in here. We've got Nick Pousson, A. Ericsson, PJ Daly, P. In Black. Mike Mitchell's here, and he's hoping to beat his time from the last time we did this route. Yeah, that's the best target. I can't remember what mine is, but yeah, that's absolutely the best way to go. Right. I'm waffling, got 38 seconds, probably time to start putting a little bit more energy into these pedals. Actually, before we go, just to say, Darren Hunter, if you're watching, you can see all that muck up on the roof there. I've still not cleaned all the moss from the conservatory roof. It's a really hard place to get to, that bit, so unfortunately you're going to have to put up with that on my vlogs for a little bit longer. I've also not cleaned my creaky bottom bracket, which drives everybody, including me, crazy in these videos. Anyway, here we go. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're off. Good luck, everybody. Have a good race.
Hold up.
Right, so this is the bunch I should be with, really. I deliberately had an easy start based on the last time we rode this circuit, and I went off far too fast and got sucked back in by everybody. So I'm deliberately taking it easy, but this is possibly a bit too easy. They've got a good 23 seconds on me now, and I'm in a little trio with, in fact there's 4 or 5 of us, with Jason Arblaster, I can't see now, Mike Mitchell was there, I know that much. Again, hopefully this pays me back when we get to the climb. Alright, let's get back to me. Check I'm still there. Oh, look like someone's had a drop out there. Rich Vickers. Oh man. No. Oh, it's great to see you here as well, buddy. Oh, that is unlucky. I don't know what's happened, but what a shame. So yeah, my bunch here is D. Shelkoff, N. Pousson, J.R. Blaster, N. Mitchell. And they've got R. Schollinger and L. Kellum and R. Ambrose and N. McGrath just 15 seconds behind me.
'Cause you're pulling me straight down. I'm used to all the pressure. But you know I'm not the same.
Right, so I can see at least 3 of my group of 5 on the list are in that bunch, 34 seconds ahead. Jane Coates, Darren Hunter and Keith Denton. I think Catherine's there as well in that bunch. It looks like everybody is other than me, basically. And we're on the climb now. I'm just about to hit the main part of the climb. Oh, incidentally, I've put this down to 50% realism for this race. I will be doing all my races at 50%. On this course, not least because the downhill, it seems to be a real disadvantage when you're on 100%. And given that I'm not likely to catch many people going up the hill, I need all the help I can get going back down it on the other side. So we'll see how it goes. Coming up to Paul Daly. Right on, my friend. I wonder if he's looking to jump in on this bunch. Yeah, it certainly looks like it. As soon as we reached him, he's upped his power. So he managed to grab hold of our little quartet of myself, Nick Pousson, Mike Mitchell, and now Paul Daly. Shelkoff made a good break. 5 seconds away from us now. Did well. Paul's just dropped out the back a little bit. Don't know if he's having trouble or just saving himself.
It hurts. Forget about the end.
Hey, Padron de Gas, or Padron Berty is big. Good to see you, my man. Alright, just definitely closing in on Keith now. Again, I wonder if Keith is dropping back to try and grab this group. Mike sadly has dropped off, but he's a strong finisher, Mike. If I remember rightly from previous races, he's very good at pacing himself. Oh, he can only see B group on his list. Ah, that's odd. Just let him know where he is. So yeah, looks like we're about to join Keith, or we were until I dropped off the back of Nick Pousson for a second while I was typing. And Nick looks like he's going to go straight past Keith, and this could be a problem for me if Keith manages to grab his wheel and they keep pushing. I didn't really want to be losing this much ground on the likes of Darren, Jane, and I can see Decaz and Vela Viking, Snellopoli 20 seconds ahead of me. Decaz, by the way, my sincere apologies, my friend. I didn't recognise your name on the join request for the WKG group, and I couldn't get any sort of history from you as to who you were, or if you joined any other Zwift groups or cycling related groups, which is normally what I use to gauge whether it's a genuine request attempt. So I've been inundated with requests from people that have absolutely no interest in cycling or Zwift or anything. They're just sort of blanket requesting groups to join. And so I've been having to try and filter them out and declining loads. And I think I kept declining yours because I didn't recognise your full name, as I say. But please do send another join request through. I know who you are now, so I'll add you straight away, but apologies, my friend. Certainly wasn't deliberate. Do you like my makeshift microphone boom, by the way? It's a stick I brought all the way back from Devon that helped me walk through a really lovely woods. I thought I'm keeping that. And now it's my microphone pole. It's nice being back in this room as well. That's one benefit from doing these early rides on a weekend, is where I'm normally in the bedroom. My wife works all week, gets up very early, so she's earned a lay-in in the weekends without me making, well, what basically amounts to sex noises in the corner of the room on my bike first thing in the morning. So shifting it back in here, which I much prefer anyway. Right, I'm going to stop chatting, start thinking about closing down. Hey Dwight, Mr. Williams, well done on your Alpe d'Huez yesterday, and everybody for that matter. That is a tough climb, but actually very fun and rewarding. Right, I am going to shut up now. Alright, we close back in on Joel. Good job, man. I didn't give Keith a ride on as we reached him. Let me just go back and do that. And Mike. Interesting that some riders aren't in the WKG kit. So maybe they've forgotten to put that as a kind of stipulation or an automatic selection in the ride. When it's on a closed course like this, it doesn't really matter. The main reason for having matching kits, obviously other than to identify the actual team riders, but also when there's loads of other events and rides going on at the same time, much easier to spot your rivals. I can see Catherine now, 25 seconds ahead, followed by D. Shelkov at 19, D. Kaz 18, P. Santamira 18, Bela Vikings Snorofoli 15, D. Hunter 14. I've still got N. Pousson right at my wheel. I'm not being fooled by the fact that Keith's dropped a bit behind. This is exactly what happened before. I came past him on the climb, built quite a gap over him on the climb, then he caught me on the descent, destroyed me through the jungle, and disappeared on the volcano. So I'm reading nothing into that other than good pacing, I think. I think Nick's trying to take the front, but he's got a bit of a sticky draft. His power keeps jumping right up, so he's trying to get past me, but it's not quite high enough to just slingshot. Trouble is, I don't want to back off just in case he's not doing that. I'm concentrating on closing in on Darren and Snorri. Let's go now. Have a look, see who's at the front of this race. Oh, we've got Mr. Inga Backman leading things at the moment, with Marita behind him. They've killed it because they're a minute ahead of Evelyn Ayres. I think it's possibly the only registered A rider in this, so he's on for maximum points at the moment. I will remind everybody that the bonuses for the Epic KOM in this one. There's Kenneth right at the front of the bees. I'd like to stay and give everybody ride-ons, but I really need to get back and see what's going on. Same, closed a little bit on Darren and Snorefoli. Nick's still there right at my wheel. So he's up in the fours now. Is this his chance to get past? No. He jumped on my wheel and just backed right off again. See Rich Vickers is going again. Brilliant. Just 14 seconds behind and absolutely killing it. Good stuff.
Is this how you repay me?
I'm going to try and let Nick come past now. Let him drag us back to Darren. think he wants me on his wheel. He kept dropping down, unless it's just yo-yoing, effect of his turbo trainer or something. I can't quite see who it is, but I think there's a lot of moaning going on behind about how they hate mountain rides, they hate morning rides. This wouldn't be WKG League if they weren't unpopular courses and times. Darren's pulling away a bit now. I might have to jump back in front of Nick, see if I can up it. I don't really want him getting over the top of this bump too far ahead. So you can see Darren Hunter and Vader Viking very close to each other. Just 5 seconds in front of myself and Nick now. I want to try and get on the wheel before we tip over the top of this a little bit. I'm going to try and go past quick. Grab hold of Snerophily. There we go. Right. And back it off just for a minute. Just a little bit. I'm not going to get to decast before he goes over the top, because I think he's already gone over the top of this bit. So take a little bit of a breather. Now Nick rolls to the front. Sneaky, Mr. Pousson, sneaky. Although your power is quite erratic, so I do wonder if you're just having power reading issues. We've just gone past SV, who has had a drop out, I think. Unlucky man. Closing in on D Kaz, Catherine Denton, D Harmsworth, P Santamaria. There's a big jump after that up to Rich Patterson and D Chelkov though. Alright, there's Catherine. Well done, Catherine. Great ride. Let's try and grab hold of DCAS. Definitely before we get to the top of the KOM. Okay, so we passed DCAS. Who's this coming back at us? Darren, good man. He dropped off a little. Managed to have a kick to make sure he's with us on this descent, I would imagine, is the main thinking there. So good job, man. Just 4 behind Percy and Dave. There we go. Managed to join Mr. Harmsworth and Mr. Santamaria before we get to the top. That's brilliant. Pleased about that. I think Nick Pousson will be back with me in a second. He was thumping out some serious watts a minute ago. Percy's kicked. Make sure he gets over the top ahead of me and Dave. And the 3 behind me. Made that 4 behind me. Looks like Rudy Powsman's got the KOM for the C's. I come over in a new PB, 28.5, I'm pleased with that. Oh, I got a bit of a stitch though. Hey, cheers Percy for the ride on. I think I've already done it for you. I have. I think I did most of the guys around here. PBs all over the place. Darren Hunter, well done man. Hey, thank you Steve. Mr. Clog for the ride on. Nick's come past me. Have I got enough of a draft to stay? I think I have. Whew, even with him pedalling. I need to start pedalling now so I can catch this incline with some power. That works so nicely if you get a good wind up of power just before you hit the incline on these bits, just to sort of slingshot you back to the riders in front. You see there, I just blew up behind Percy and it's thrown me right onto the wheel of Dave Harmsworth, just from having like a 2-second sprint just before the road pitches up. And Nick's been doing the same behind me. Right, so now settled with Nick Pousson, Dave Harmsworth, myself and Percy Santamaria just a couple of seconds back. Looks like he's charging to get onto this little trio. So a couple of my main rivals are behind me. The last one on course is Jane Coates, who's a minute and 8 seconds ahead. I can't see me pulling that back down. I'd need Jane to really bonk at some point, and she's putting out a lot more power than I am at the moment, so it's looking unlikely. I'm going to go and check some of the riders further back. So here's Rich Vickers, who had a massive dropout, still going strong, great job. We've got DCAS behind him with Catherine Denson just a second behind DCAS. They've both caught and passed Mr. Velo Viking, Snorefoli, and then jump back to Joel Walker, who's on the descent, back to P in black, also on the descent with Linda Kellum, just a handful of seconds behind. Then we got Mike Mitchell, 1:18 back on Linda, with Keith 30 seconds behind Mike. Then we get to Patrick Baker on the descent with Ruth Ambrose just under a minute behind him. Then we got PJ Daly. Did he have a dropout? I think Paul might have had a dropout at some point, if I remember rightly. And Jason looks like he's had trouble as well. Jason Arblaster, 6 seconds behind Jason is Noel McGrath. And then we go back round to near the front, I think, with Matty P. I better get back to me because I feel like I might have dropped off. Seriously dropped off. Oh no, that's stupid. So silly, I do this all the time. Right, here we go. Let's try and wind it back up. I'm back on, but at what cost? That was so daft. Sorry guys, I probably won't get much of a look at everyone else's races, because that's what happens. And especially coming through this part, the draft is so important. It's very fast in this jungle. Trying to catch my breath. Darren's doing a good job of clawing us back. I was only about 8 seconds ahead of him when I dropped off, and as soon as I picked up to chase back, he did the same, so he's still just a handful of seconds behind now. So good job, man. I was looking at new heart rate straps before this race. I didn't get one because I didn't actually get a chance to go out in the end, but someone very kindly suggested one from Decathlon. It's only about £25–30, which looks absolutely fine. But I did then start looking at that armband one, because I really don't like wearing the chest straps anyway. I find them really uncomfortable, and as everyone knows, they are the most painful thing about getting ready for a bike ride, particularly in the winter, is putting that cold strap across your chest. So I was thinking about the armband one, which looks quite good. I watched Shane Miller's review on it. Cheers Sean Lowe for the ride on. I watched Shane Miller's review on it and he seemed to quite like it. So I know it's a bit more expensive, but it's also rechargeable, so you're not buying batteries all the time. which I seem to be doing with my tax one. So I might go down that route, but wait and see. I need to sort something out soon anyway. This seems to be holding up reasonably well today. I've tightened the strap a little bit. There have been some dropouts, but it's about as good as I'm going to get out of this Apple Watch, I think. Alright, Jane's still 137. Sorry if I'm ignoring anyone else, but obviously Jane is the last on my target list. 134 ahead, doing more power than us. Is she in a group? Yeah, she's got a couple of riders around her as well, so. And Rich just telling her to hop on. So they're going to start working together. Rich Patterson, Jane Coates, Dee Shelkoff, and I think there was one other ahead. I know C. Davis a little bit further up the road. But yeah, they're probably going to start making serious ground in a moment. If they're going to work together with each other. Whew. My heart's come back, my breathing's come back quite nicely, so I might think about upping the speed of this little bunch. As Darren's closing back on as well, I quite like to keep him well in my rear view mirror if I can. So yeah, let's try and inject a little bit of something. So that's awesome. We upped the pace a bit. Nick and Percy came with. Managed to put a couple of seconds on Darren. Managed to pull a handful of seconds back in on the Jane Coates, Rich Patterson, Dee Shelkoff group. So I'll just take another little breather and then I'll go again. I hope these guys don't think I'm trying to shake them, because I'm not. I want them to come. I want them to step the pace up together. Darren's flying back, just 6 seconds behind us now. Great job. Hey, cheers Jay Ferruli. Just coming up towards the bridge of the jungle. I'll be glad to see the back of this jungle. What I don't like is the long sort of false flat stretch coming out of the jungle after this bridge. I'll be looking forward to that, hitting that downhill on the mountain. We've been pulling back, or we were pulling back a bit on Jane, Dee Shelkoff, Rich Patterson. I think where they've hit the descents now, they're stretching it back out again. Managed to drop Darren and Dave a bit. Still not enough to be comfortable. But it is looking more like this trio here, myself, Nick Pousson, Percy Santamaria, we'll be going to the line together. I'm going to try and flick to the front, keep grinding on this, see what's going on. So it's still Inga at the front, 3 minutes ahead of Estal. Inga's on the volcano already. Evelyn's just behind Estal, as you can see there. In fact, just in front of him now. Then we've still got, leading the bees, Kenny Scranstead with Frank Storley right behind him. Great job, guys. Then we jump a little further back. We have I Palmer in the seas, absolutely killing it, beating most of the bees. I think there could possibly be a strike coming on, but actually you're not a league rider, so I don't need to worry too much about that. Then we go back, Rickard Johansson, doing a great job, right on the wheel. Now this is jumping around, so he's right on the wheel of Hans Petter Summerson, which means I've missed out Brian Roden and Wills Ryder doing awesome. So Wills Ryder, then Brian Roden, then we got Rickard Johansson and Hans Petter Summerson. Then we got another pair together, Ryan Johansson. No, what am I talking about? E-Man. Oh, that's Emmanuel Persson. I'll get it one day. So it's Emmanuel and Dave Potts glued together, looking good. Then we go back to T Quinn, who is right there with Padron de Gas, or Padron's Berty is big, and Rudy Pausma. And the next jump, I believe, is back to A. Eriksson. These seem to be moving around a lot, so I'm not absolutely sure I've been going in the right order. 12 seconds behind A. Eriksson, T. Povey, along with P. Kawakowski and Oliver Higby, all bunched together, looking fast. Just 29 seconds behind, we then have Len Capel, and who's with Len? Niall Simpson. They've both reached the bottom of that descent out of the jungle. Then it's back to C. Davis, who's 15 seconds ahead of Paul Somerville. And then a little gaggle back here. Sonia Detail, Dee Shelkov, Rich Patterson, Jane Coates. And I've got a horrible feeling, yeah, I've dropped a couple of seconds off these guys. Alright, I wanted to go backwards and look behind as well. I've got to get on these guys before we come out. I kept looking at my phone app, and it looked like I was putting out decent power the whole time, so I'm not sure how that happened. Alright, we're back again. That's another match burned. If this comes to a sprint, I really hope I don't pay the price for having to keep doing these little chase backs. I'd say it's pretty obvious I'm not going to catch the Jane Coates group ahead. So I think it's down to us three and keeping Rich Vickers behind by the looks of things, who's storming back. Alright, so have a little rest in the draft here before we start rolling down the hill. Yeah, look at the difference that makes coming over the top first. James group with Rich and I forget who else, I think Sonia's in there. They're over 3 minutes ahead of us now. So we needed to get them well before we got to this this descent to have any chance of fighting it to the line. I'm going to have to risk it just to see if anyone's finishing. Here we go. This is good timing. Who have we got here? Kenneth. Ah, does that mean, have I missed others coming over? No. Oh, I think I might have missed the lead guys, the A-Cat, so, oh, sorry guys. I think Yves Linaire probably, almost certainly won that in the A's for the league. So I'm watching Kenneth and Frank Storley. We're going to sprint this one out, get a wider angle. Here goes Kenneth, lighting it up. Frank's on his wheel. Kenneth's got an aero, Frank's got a draft. Whoa, this is going to be tight. Here goes Frank. 12 watts per kilogram, he's got it. Great job, man. Alright, let's try and flip back to next up, which is M. Akey, or Makey. Alright, luckily I can see on the timing screen I'm still with Nick and Percy. We're pulling in on T-Povey, is it? Maybe not. Right, here's Makey coming up to the line. Under no pressure from anyone, so good job, man. I'm going to flick back now to Palmer Santa Cruz bicycles. Next across the line. Once again, no pressure around Palmer at all. He's got 3 minutes back to the next rider. So I'm going to flip back now. Right, got a bit of time before they come to the line. I'm going to try and remember to go back. I just need to keep an eye on myself again. Right, still here, that's alright. Rich Vickers now, just 16 seconds behind us. Trouble is, if Rich joins this for a sprint, I've got no chance of beating him. I'm not sure about Nick or Percy. I'm trying to remember if I've sprinted them recently. But Rich, I'm absolutely sure will destroy me in a sprint. And I'm not going to get, there's no more chance for any power up, so I'm hoping these guys aren't holding onto aeros or anything. I'm going to try and risk it again. I've just up my power a little bit. Let's try and risk going forwards again. See who we've got coming up to the line. It's going to be Wilt's rider here. Oh, that was good timing. Here we go. He's actually got a decent gap back to Brian Roden, so he should be safe. And the closest out of this next few that are coming over, well, you can see Emmanuel and Rudy Pausma very close. Hans and Rickard pretty close. Alright, there we go. Wilt's rider over the line. Uh-oh, jumped out of the module. Sorry guys. Alright, I need to try and get back. Who was I looking at? Brian Roden. Oh, just over the line. Quick, get onto Hans. There we go. Oh, well done, Brian. Just caught you over the line. Now we got next up Hans Petter Samuelsson with Hansen now 18 seconds behind. So I think Hans is going to be safe. He's wearing his laser helmet that he won for climbing the Alpe d'Huez Zwift. I think we all got the same gift, didn't we? Right, good job Hans. I'm going to flick back before you get to the line so I don't get dumped out. And here is Mr. Johansson, 15 seconds back. Good job, man. Great ride. Right, let's jump back to this scrap between Depots and Ian, Persan, Emmanuel and David. This is going to be a tough one. I'm almost certainly going to get dumped out of the event module. I'm trying to keep an eye on it. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Looks like it's going to be Emmanuel. Yeah. Mr. Persan gets that one. No, yeah, Mr. Persan gets that one. Then David Potts. Let's go back to Quinn and Pausma. Who's got this? Pausma's got it. And Quinn's next. Then we go back. Padron. God, that was a tight scrap. Padron just behind those guys. I'm out of the module again. This is so hard to do. Right, who else is? Who's next coming over? A. Eriksson. Here we go. Where am I? Oh, I need to know that I'm still with those guys. I think I am. I'm not sure if Rich has been and gone. Have to check it in a minute. Whatever happens, I'm on a bit of a climb at the moment as we watch Mr. Eriksson come to the line. Also wearing that laser helmet. So I'm going to jump back now. Depovey and Oliver Higby just behind. Oliver's closing in. He's got the power. He's got the power. Has he got the distance left? Yeah, it's still at 200 metres. 5 watts per kilogram. And there he goes. Good job, Oliver. Well done, T-Povey. Then we go back to Kawakowski. It's on the descent now. Coming to the line. Pretty safe with Martin Meadows 33 seconds behind. Okay, so there's Kawakowski coming up to the banner. Team Type 1, good job, man. I'm going to flip back to Martin. He's got a nice gap as well. Nice and comfortable, 47's ahead of Niall Simpson. There we go, up to the banner. Great job, Martin. Here's Niall now, with Len just 15 seconds behind him. Doesn't look like there's going to be any kind of charge from behind. There's a very close battle just behind Len though. So, no offence, Niall. I'm going to flip back. Niall's crossed the line safely. Looks like Len's going to cross the line safely. 12 seconds behind Niall. Oh man, I've been dumped. I can see from the timing screens. No. Alright, here we go. Here's the race for the line. Davis, Shelkoff, Somerville. Well done, Len, by the way. Well done, Martin. And here we go. Looks like Shelkoff's going to get it. No, Davis is going to get it. Followed by Somerville. Followed by Shelkoff. And next up, we've got Jane. With Sonia 6 seconds behind. I don't think I've got time to pull back the gap that's opened up between myself, Nick Pousson and Percy. I'm about 10-12 seconds off them. But I'm just going to see these guys come through, and I'm going to have to jump back to me. Sorry everyone else, I'm going to miss. I just want to see if Sonia chases Jane down, steal some points. Doesn't look like it. Awesome job, Jane. So one of my rivals has definitely beaten me. Great job. Here comes Sonia Detail, 6 seconds behind. Then we jump back. Oh. Rich Patterson. And he's on the descent. And he's safe from Rich Vickers. I'm not so sure. Really sorry guys, I'm going to have to jump back to me. 12 seconds. I'm going to have to just go for it. Cramp. I'm not going to do it. Oh, gutted. Well done, Percy. Nicked it from Nick. And it's going to be me. Oh, gutted. Oh. Didn't have it at the end. That's really disappointing. Sorry guys. I robbed you and myself of a nice sprint finish to the line there. Just cramp as soon as I got out of the saddle. Oh, that was good fun though. Oh, let's give ride-ons to anyone that I haven't already. I really need like a producer and another screen controlling these. I tried to get Lucas to do it, but there's no way. He's 15 years old. There's no way I'm dragging him out of bed for a 9 o'clock start on a Saturday. But maybe for future races. Oh, well done Percy and Nick for mugging me at the end there. I nearly got it back. I think if I'd had maybe another 500 metres where I wasn't having to sprint but could just hold sort of 4 watts per kilogram, maybe I could have closed back in a bit. But it was good fun nonetheless. This rider's still coming in. It should be. So I make that out of the C's. Alright, let's go. Let's do this properly. A category. So far, and Mr. Inga Batman for the overall win. Stunning job. 1 hour 4 minutes for that entire loop is pretty bloody impressive. Sorry I don't get to see you guys come over the line. Well done S. Dahl also. Sprinting it out with Evelyn Ayres at the line. Oh, I'm really gutted I missed that now. Oh, managed to nick it by 1/10 of a second. So, excellent race you guys. So in the B's so far, we saw that sprint, that was excellent. Frank Storley taking it from Kenny Skramstad. Then Makey coming just a minute behind. Then we had Wilt's rider, Brian Roden, Hans-Petter Summerson, Rickard Johansson, Emmanuel Persson. Oh, David Potts, Tom Quinn, Padro and Berty is big, Oliver Higby, P. Kawakowski, Martin Meadows, N. Simpson, Rich Vickers. Unbelievable to get back there after that dropout on the mountain. Great job. And Dave Harmsworth. So then we go to the C's. We have I. Palmer winning it. Then Rudy Pausma. I think that's 2 second places out of 2 races for Rudy, and that's first in the league this week. So awesome job, my friend. Well done, and brilliant way to explode into the WKG League. Excellent stuff. Then we have A. Eriksson, Len Capel, C. Davis, P. Somerville, D. Shelkoff, my arch nemesis, Jane Coates. Awesome ride, Jane. Awesome ride. I had the feeling if I'd got too close to you, you'd have just stepped away anyway. So absolutely stunning job. Likewise, Sonia Pullman Detail. Excellent ride. Rich Patterson also. Then the little pairing that I should have been with to the line, Percy Santamaria. Great job. Nick Pouslon, who I seem to be with the entire race, all the way up the mountain, all the way through the jungle, and only right at the end was there any distance between us. Great job, Nick. Then it's myself, 2.7 watts per kilogram. Yeah, it's alright, but I think it should have been higher if I hadn't been a bit sleepy whilst looking around. Darren next up, so I did manage to take points back off Darren, so that's revenge for last week, Darren. Great ride, buddy. Right, we're still waiting. Right, Catherine's just come in. So another one from my list. Well done, Catherine. Let's click onto a D, see if any of the D riders are through yet. T. Povey at 3.3 watts per kilogram. Yeah, well done. Not sure you're a D, my friend, but yeah, anyway, right, let's just, I'm not even going to continue looking at that. Right, P in black, Joel Walker's coming. Well done, Joel. P in black's coming. Great job, guys. Oh, my backside's killing me. Do you know why I'm disappointed? I actually felt, that is the strongest I think I've felt in a race for a long time. I'm not disappointed with the position or the result. I'm disappointed I lost position a couple of times and didn't manage to get myself into a sprinting position with those two guys. I sort of resigned myself to the fact we weren't going to catch Jane's group. There was a point where it became clear Darren probably wasn't going to get back on. So we were safe in that little trio. And I was keeping an eye on my mobile app, keeping an eye on my watch to make sure I was reasonably close, reasonably high. And then all of a sudden I'm 10, 12 seconds behind. That's really irritating. So yeah, I'm disappointed just because I'd like to have fought it out right to the end. But I felt really strong in that race. It really did. It was weird. So we did obviously the Alp, the Zwift the other night on full trainer resistance, and maybe that's really good preparation. It was good. Hey, Snorrefoli, Vela Vikings coming. Good job, man. I think another C rider has just arrived. It is Linda Kellum. Great ride, Linda. Hey, Mr. Denton's just come over the line. Great job, Keith. Right. Don't mean to disrespect anybody that's not over the line yet, but sadly I'm a little bit time crunched today. I've got to write clues and hide Easter eggs for a mammoth Easter egg hunt tomorrow for my kids. They're all they're all teenagers or in their 20s, but I love the fact that they still love an Easter egg hunt with mum and dad. It's brilliant. It's the only thing that changes is the clues get harder and the eggs get more valuable and bigger as they get older. But yeah, we do this Easter egg hunt every year. It doesn't matter how old they are. I think they'll all be in their 30s and married with kids and still coming over to my house for an Easter egg hunt. Well, I hope that's the case because I love it. So yeah, no disrespect to anybody. Someone has just come in now. Let me just quickly check that. Oh, we got a couple. We got D. Kaz and Mike Mitchell. Great job, guys. Well done, D. Kaz. Please send another join request. You will be accepted this time. I've done my background checks on you. You're okay. Right, so yeah, sorry guys, I'm going to have to jump off. Obviously I'll get this edited and uploaded and the league table uploaded as quickly as I possibly can. But I'm off to hide some chocolate. Thank you so much for racing. Brilliant job, everybody. Really good fun as always. And thank you for watching, and I will catch you all on the next one. Happy Easter.